Hi everyone, it's Aska here. In this video, I will show you how to make a beautiful gel foundation using only base gel. It is said that the outcome of gel nails is entirely determined by the base coat, and the way you apply the base coat can dramatically change the finish of your gel nails. You don't need any special tools. Just by changing the way you apply the base coat, you can create a beautiful, smooth base for your gel nails. If you use this as a base and then apply color gel, you can achieve a salon quality finish with no uneven coloring. So please watch until the end. Okay, let's get started. People's nails are distorted, uneven, downward, or upward, and each one has some kind of distortion. If you apply the base coat and color gel over the bumps and dents as they are, the gel will flow into the dented areas, making them darker, while the brush will wipe off the gel from the protruding areas, making them lighter. In particular, when you finish by applying only one color gel, the color irregularities will be extremely noticeable. The same is true when you rub mirror powder all over the nail. And if the natural nail is uneven, it will be very noticeable. In such cases, by using the application method we will introduce here, you can create a smooth surface and achieve a beautiful salon level finish even with a single color. This technique requires practice to master, but it is something we would like those who are already familiar with gel nails and want to take their skills to the next level to try. Okay, let's get started. First, start by doing nail care with a ceramic pusher. Lightly file the surface of your nails and remove any oil with ethanol. The nail care method is explained in more detail in this video, so please take a look. Now, let's apply the base gel. You can use any base gel you have at home. Also, any type of brush can be used. Use the brush you are most comfortable with and are most used to. Typical examples include square brushes and oval brushes. With the square brush, you can use the corners of the brush to paint right up the base of the nail. While with an oval brush, the corners are rounded, so you can simply follow the base of the nail to paint a beautiful line here. So for beginners, I recommend an oval brush, and for advanced users, a square brush. In this lesson, we will be using a square brush. First, scoop up a small amount of base gel onto the brush. When scooping gel from a container, insert the brush against the side of the container to scoop it out without trapping bubbles. Also, when you lift the brush up, gel will also get on the other side of the brush. If you leave it like this, there will be too much gel and it will flow out the other side. So first, scrape off the gel with the edge of the container. Make sure there is nothing on the other side of the gel you scooped up. Next, place the scooped up gel temporarily in the middle of your nail. Once it's in the middle, take half of the gel and apply it to the nail tip side. At this time, move the brush up and down in small movements, as if rubbing the gel into the scratches that have been filed. This will help the base gel adhere better to your natural nail. Once you have applied the gel to the tip half of the nail, take the remaining half of the gel onto the brush, place it a little in front of the base of the nail, and gently press up until it reaches the very base of the nail. When you reach the base, spread it out to the tip of the nail in the same way as before, moving the brush up and down in small increments. By applying the gel in half portions, you can minimize the amount of gel that leaks to the base of the nail. Now, use the remaining gel on the brush to paint this area at the base of the nail. Follow the base of the nail with the corner of the brush, painting right up to the edge. The first coat of base gel should only be applied to ensure good adhesion to your natural nails. You might think it's just a base coat, but the next layer of gel will flow into the areas where the base coat has been applied. So you need to be careful not to let the first coat run over the edge of the nail or onto the skin. Also, when applying the gel to the very edge of the nail, you should pull the skin downwards as you apply it. This will help prevent any leakage. If it's difficult to apply the gel while pulling the skin downwards, you can use a clip or something similar to pinch the skin and make it easier to apply. Also, if the base coat leaks out onto the skin after the first coat, I recommend wiping it off with something like kitchen paper and reapplying. The next layer of gel will also flow into the areas where the first base coat has been applied, so if you make a mistake the first coat, it's better to start again for a beautiful finish. This completes the first coat of base coat. The surface may still look rough, but the second coat will make it smooth, so let's cure it with the light first. Next, apply the second coat. Scoop out about 1.5 to 2 times the amount of gel you used for the first coat. As with the first coat, scrape off the gel that has gathered on the other side of the brush. The amount of gel should be about this much. It depends on the length of your nails, but it's best to use a little more than you think is best. As with the first coat, place in the middle. Then, using the brush, gently touch the surface of the gel and move it towards the tip of the nail. The key here is to keep the brush flat and not dig into the gel with the tip of the brush. To do this, move the brush parallel to the nail, making good use of the surface tension of the gel. Once you've reached the tip of the nail, now move the gel towards the base of the nail. Once you have spread the gel in a vertical line, now do the same on the both sides to spread the gel. Again, be careful not to apply too much pressure with the brush or hold it at an angle and guide the gel slowly. The key is to apply the gel by touching only the surface of the gel and guiding it in rather than applying it. Once you have spread the gel evenly over the entire surface, Shine a light from a room lamp or similar source and look at the white light streaks. Can you see that the light streaks are still a little distorted? If the light streaks are distorted, it means that there are still bumps and dents. In this case, hold the brush vertically and touch only the gel surface, moving from the tip to the base, and from the base to the tip to even out the bumps and dents on the surface. At this point too, move the gel so that the brush tip only touches the surface of the gel without gouging it out. This may be a difficult movement, but the only way to get better at it is through practice. If you can use the surface tension of the gel, you can improve your skills even further. Also at the end, turn your hand over and use gravity to smooth out the gel. Once you have spread it evenly over the whole surface, check the lines of light from various angles. Check that the light lines are not distorted, and when the nail is even, cure it with the nail light. The second coat of gel is thicker, so when you expose it to the light, you will often feel hot, called curing heat. After about 5 to 10 seconds, the heat will subside. But if it is still too hot, don't force it. Instead, apply the light for 2 to 3 seconds, then remove it, wait until the heat subsides, then apply it again, and if it feels hot again, remove it again. When you have applied the light for the time specified on the gel, you are done. If you want to apply color gel, continue applying it. In this case, I finished by applying a top coat. How did you find out how to create beautiful forms using base coat? You don't need any special materials, so you can try it right away. Just smoothing out the base coat will transform your gel nails to look salon quality, so if you want to improve your skills, please give it a try. Thank you for watching. If this video was helpful to you, please hit the like button. And if you like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. See you soon. Bye.